So I'm gonna let the camera pick up a little bit. It takes a little while for it to start. We are coming to you live from the manifestation room at Listening Hands. So this is the manifestation room here, and we're coming to you live. This is Miss Kyra.
Hello.
And of course, I'm Dee. And we're going to talk about some things because a lot of people might have the same questions that she was asking me. She is here. I don't want to tell them what you're doing yet.
Okay.
Till we get done what we doing with what you're doing. But yes, then we'll tell them. But she's here. And she had a couple questions for me, so we're going to do it live in case you had the same questions. All right, so I'll start. Okay. The first question she asked me was, what was the book about that I wrote? And is it only online? So right now, yes, it's an ebook. That is how it is. It will be in paperback, but you can get it right now as an ebook. And I just wanted to, get done with it because I have been talking about it for a long time and people were ready for it. So it's there on the website, thelisteninghands.com. And then she asked me, what is it about? Like, is it about the keys to manifestation? Well, what I told her is that it's my process. It's really a lot of stuff that I feel came out of my mind. But of course, when it comes to manifesting, some of the things that we say are the same. Some of the things that we say are different. So I was telling her that I teach you how to get information in your dreams and, all sorts of things. It's really a spiritual process that I'm going through in the way of manifestation. It's not really that mindset stuff that we've heard. There's some of that in there, but we've all heard that. So I'm giving you a spiritual breakdown of how all of this came to me and how, I learned to get information, and now that's my process. When I want to figure out what I'm going to do next, I do my process that I talk about in the book. Okay, so when I said something about dreams, she said, I don't really dream.
I don't feel like I've dreamed in so long.
And so I said I can help you with that because we get so much information in our dreams. Like, it's crazy. And believe it or not, you might be dreaming.
You can't remember.
You can't remember it. So there is a process to download that information.
Right.
First and foremost, you want to have something at the bedside. If you're not a dreamer that can remember. For me, it's like, man, the information go crazy. And for a lot of people, the information goes crazy. And your information goes crazy too. You just can't remember it.
Yeah.
So you need something at the bedside. You can even use your phone. And like when you wake up to go pee, to use the restroom, then you go ahead and talk into that phone.
I do that, but then I'll be so fixated on doing the tasks and going back to sleep that I don't take the time to figure out what was going on.
Right. Like, what, you was dreaming, but it's like, I gotta get back to sleep because I gotta go.
This
to do in the morning.
Exactly.
It's 3 o'clock.
Yeah, 3, 4 a.m. That's the time.
That's the time.
I know it is.
You took the words out of my mouth. That is the time. 3, 4 a.m. That's the time when those downloads come. It's crazy. Like I said, right now we're in the manifestation room here. Everything that you see either came to me during a session, or it came while I was receiving a session, or while I was working on somebody, or while I was dreaming, or I would just pop up out of my sleep around 3, 4 a.m. and it's like, wow, I gotta write that down. So yeah, it's crazy. Those are the hours. But I said I can help her with that because we are all dreaming. And you don't want to miss out on that dream information. You can actually, ask a question and get information in your dreams. So it's a whole process, y'all. And it's so important to start to capture that Because in our waking hours, we have a lot of dreams. I want to do this and I want to achieve that. And then, you know, we forget that we can say that right before we go to sleep. And then that brain starts churning, that subconscious mind. And then you come up with all these brilliant ideas. That's going to get you what you were trying to get while you were awake. Yes. So what other questions did you have, Ms. Kyra?
Book, dreams. I have a lot of questions. This is harder.
I know.
That one in your brain.
It's hard when it's like, oh, you're live, snap, action.
But I just have questions of like, the crystals lead you to like helping you and healing yourself. That's, I feel like, very present. So like, I don't know.
So let me tell you about crystals.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna chime in. I hope I didn't cut you off. So I describe crystals as they have healing energy. So they're part of the earth. They came from all these various parts of the earth, all these different levels of the earth. Some are deep in the ground, some are not, some are in caves. So they bring the energy from wherever, from the earth. And so we're all connected. We're connected with the earth. We're plants and animals. Depending on what you believe in, you might believe that we are made of the earth. That story has been told before. So depending on what you believe in, the earth is very important to our well-being, our healing process, our stabilization. It keeps us grounded. So when you get these crystals that have been in the earth and are part of the earth, and then you place them on your person, then you get all of this energy, this healing energy from the earth. And so then you run into people who are like, I heard that they were evil.
Right. I don't believe those people.
Which I think is hilarious, but it's like you can't laugh at ignorance. And I say ignorance not in a negative way, not in a taunting way. Yeah, they just don't understand. They don't get it. And so you can't laugh at that because it's lack of knowledge. So how can something be evil that is of the earth? It's like a tree.
Right.
A tree is not evil. So the energy from these crystals comes into your being and it enhances the energy within you and you start to feel good. So I describe it as like you go on vacation. What's your favorite vacation you've been on?
To the beach.
To the beach, right. That's my prime example. You go to the beach and you get this shell at the beach and it's like, maybe you were a little girl, maybe you were grown. It's like, oh my gosh, this shell makes me so happy. Because it comes from my favorite place. It comes from the beach. So then even though you took that shell home and it's on your shelf, it's still emitting that beach energy. And you still can get that memory back every time you look at that shell or touch that shell or smell that shell or hold it. The same with crystals. You hold them and bless you. You hold them and it's like you can get that energy back, that memory, that peace from wherever they came from. So,
For me, I started doing it before I even noticed I was doing it. I would take my friends to gym shows and show them about crystals. Or if they had any interest in them, I would take them and show them around.
Wow.
And I did that before I even realized, hey, I might have been helping them heal themselves. Or helping them find something that might help them in the end or something.
Yes, definitely. I love to use crystals because it just enhances the healing work. There are several services here that don't use crystals because, like we said, everybody doesn't know about them. Everybody's not comfortable. But I feel like everything should have crystals. Massage. I don't put a crystal on your third eye. Like, I just feel like crystals just do the thing.
Do you think, so crystals have, like, frequencies and everything. Do you think that it can be connected to other people? Like, say somebody gives you a crystal. And my grandpa gave me an agate, pink agate, before he passed away. That's my memory of my grandpa. Do you think like he could have been passing that on to me? like before you even knew.
Yeah, like passing the healing energy and the knowledge.
Right.
And, oh yeah. Yeah, and even if he passed you that pink crystal, that pink stone, you're still gonna get that because granddaddy had it. So he passing you crystals. Everybody's family doesn't have that story. It's more like my grandma said crystals are evil.
Well, I have that. So, I have that too. With like my mom really doesn't understand it.
Yeah, but, yeah. I've gone through that, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Because what you don't know, you are afraid of. If you don't know what's in the water, you're not gonna jump in it because it might be a crocodile, or alligator, or something down there. You know. So it makes sense why people are afraid. But what doesn't make sense to me is that not wanting to seek the knowledge to learn more about it. It's like, no, I don't even want to know about it.
Because it comes from the earth. Why wouldn't you want to know?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's my hang up with it. Is why don't they want to know more? And it's because it's been instilled in us that these things are not good.
So why do you think we get past that stigma?
How do we get past it? Just finding your own way. That's really what spirituality is. It's finding your own way, finding your own flow, and basically deciding, okay, I know grandma said this is this. Daddy said this is this. But this grandpa gave me a crystal.
And it's helped me this far.
Yeah, and this has helped me. And this has helped me. And then deciding, okay, this is what I believe in. And that's really the spiritual journey. Mm-hmm. I say this all the time. A lot of people will tell you, okay, this is the spiritual journey. First of all, you got to make you an altar. And then you got to do a ritual. And then you got to do this. And then you got to light a candle. And then you're going to start your spiritual awakening. And they're telling you this whole crazy process that has nothing to do with the spiritual journey. That's their journey. It has to do with their spiritual journey. But there is no step-by-step. Did you? Oh, I thought that was the door. Good Lord. It's bring your baby to work day. So this is the admin day. We're getting a lot of stuff done. She over there cutting up. But yeah, the spiritual journey is your own journey. So that's how you that's how you get past the stigma, is to just do your own thing and form your own way. What other questions do you have? Let me get this child. What do you think?
Yeah, I can think of a question.
Hey, little mama. Why are you so funky?
Are you into astrology?
I am, but I'm not. I'm into all things like this, but when it comes to astrology,
it's a little difficult.
It's difficult.
It's a lot of math.
It's a lot of math, and it's very deep. And I think that most people who say they are into it, not talking about you, they don't really know what they into, because they just talking about, oh, he a Cancer and all of this, and the stars align, so we're supposed to be together. It has nothing to do with any of that. And so that's my thing with astrology. That's why I'm like, I'm into it, but I don't say, I don't touch it. I leave it for the people who.
It seems like a very complex.
It's very complex. Yes, it's very complex. But and then somebody might get mad about this, but I really don't like the way people base their life on astrology and the birth chart and all of that. Yes, there are birth charts, but me personally, I don't believe that it's set in stone that this is going to happen here and this is my destiny. And you read my birth chart and you say, okay, you was born at this time, so around this time of year, this and this is going to happen for you, and this is going to happen for you. It might. That's how I feel about everything, is that it might. We have the ability to create. We have the ability to create change. And I think a lot of people get crippled by this astrology and the birth chart. But yeah. Ooh, girl. Miss Kyra don't want to smell you. She's laughing.
But yeah, I'm not. I look at my birth chart, but I don't really understand it either. I don't try to focus on it.
It's confusing.
Very.
It's confusing.
But do you have like with your book? What was your like? I don't know.
My inspiration.
Well, you said it was your spiritual journey.
Yeah. No, I'm about to say it's my process. And I just love to write. I've always been a writer. I say I've been writing since I was a little girl. So it's like it's time to get this out. It's time to start getting some things on paper. And I'm writing a second book.
Okay. What's the second book?
It's gonna be a lot of books going for. The second book is gonna be about being an empath, what it's like to have found out, and not just the way that everybody is doing it these days. Because I'm an empath. It didn't happen like that for me.
There's an empath, and then there's what? What's the other one?
Highly sensitive person, HSP.
Okay.
And then there's a lot of different terms, but nowadays everybody is using the term empath to identify as being sensitive. But honestly, we all have sensitivities. We all are intuitive. So that's my problem with the word empath. So I'm really going to talk about that again, that process that I went through when I found out. And it was not cute. It was scary. It was scary when it really came forth that I had all this sensitivity. But I'm gonna write about that and how one can control that and use it for healing, like we do here. So, okay. A couple more books getting pushed out. I came up with an idea last night. And I'm telling you to write stuff down, and I forgot to write it down.
Yeah, how do you take your...
She a tootie booty.
How do you take your... See, I write things down, and I plan things, but how do I take the information and actually do it?
Actually do it. It's in the book.
Not go out there and do it. And not just have it like sitting.
Have it sitting. That's usually the question. It's the main question on the page, and that's a great question because that's what I'm writing about in the book. How do you go from brainstorming to actually doing? I went to the University of Memphis in Memphis. I hope I get this right. If I can remember right, the slogan was dreamers, thinkers, doers. And that was like our slogan for our school, our university. So that's usually how it goes. People sit in the dream state, the thinking state, and you need to get to the doing state. And it's a process that I don't think I can explain in one sitting, which is essentially what I'm writing about in the book.
Okay.
Is how you go from being a dreamer to a thinker, where you're actually putting those dreams on paper, and then actually manifesting. And manifesting means creating, like actually seeing what's in your mind coming to fruition in front of you. So yeah, it's in the book. Any other questions? Are you ready to say bye-bye?
Well, how do I dream?
So
I want to dream.
Yes.
Or how do I remember my dream?
Yes, exactly. I was about to say, you are dreaming. How do you remember them? You're going to, each time you get up, you're going to record it. And then you're going to listen to it back. Because you're dreaming. We all dream. You're just not remembering. I think they said we all dream around about 5 or 6 dreams a night. Yeah, and most of us, if we remember our dreams, we remember 1 or 2.
Yeah, because I'll wake up with things on my mind.
And how did that get on your mind? Yeah, so your subconscious mind is kicking into gear when you start dreaming. And the one of the easiest ways to dream more is to meditate.
Yeah.
The magic word. And meditation is not as complex as we make it. Okay, look out that window right there.
Mm-hmm.
And let's just look. Guess what we're doing right now? Meditating. It's just gazing. That's a form of meditating. Being quiet is a form of meditating. You don't always have to go,
right.
You know, it's just allowing your mind to just, you know, whatever's there is there. I'm not going to control the thoughts, but I see that tree out there, and whatever flows from that tree in my mind is a form of meditation. So yeah, that's the easiest way to start to enhance your dreams. That's the easiest way to start to enhance your third eye activity, to where because dreams come from that space, this space here, the third eye, the crown. Yeah, so you'll start being still more and meditating, and then you will write those dreams down. And the more that you have your dream journal and you're writing and or recording, your dreams will get more enhanced. And what we call lucid dreaming, where you can actually remember. Okay. The other thing that I talk about in the book is, in order to dream more, you have to prepare for sleep. So you're not just gonna be on your phone all night and then fall out, because you probably exactly, if you just fall out, you're probably gonna dream about the last thing you fell out on. So it's a whole process that I talk about in the book. When you want answers in your dreams, it's like, okay, because that's what I did. I said, okay, I need some answers. I need to know who I am.
Right.
And I set a time. I'm like, I'm going to bed at 8, which that's my time. I love to go sleep early, but I started a process. I'm like, I'm going to go to bed at 8, so let me take this bath. Let me relax. Let me get my mind right. Went to bed. And that very night that I prepared, I know she stank. Your face was looking like, is that a baby or is that a skunk? I'm gonna change her in 1 minute. But I forgot what I was saying, but I started the process.
Prepare yourself.
I prepared. I was like, yo, I need to know who I am. I want to talk to my ancestors. Y'all need to tell me like which way I'm going in this life, what I need to do. And I went to sleep that night, and it showed up. And I talk about that in the beginning of the book, to explain that process, to let me know, D, you are supposed to be this. You are supposed to be this healer. You are supposed to be doing this because I saw it
Maybe
that
I'm
night.
just waiting for the answers. Maybe I'm ready for the answers now.
You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I can help you with that. All that process is in the book, and I know I keep plugging the book, but I just think it's I'm just so excited about it because I've explained my process verbally and done videos, but I never like really broken it down. What I saw in that vision that night when I said, "Yo, ancestors, show me what's up. Who am I?" And there's no way you can deny who you are when you see it straight up in a dream. What you're supposed to be doing and who you are. So going forth, I'm not afraid. So I continue to manifest off of that process that I did. That was part of the process. And it gives me the confidence to know you are walking in your bloodline. You are walking as a legacy. You are, a healer because it's in your line. So you too, little mama. You too. Yes. All right, well, we'll call this one a day. Thank you for being here. I will drop this video on my page. Thank you so much, Ms. Kyra, for your assistance.
For answering my questions.
Yes, ma'am. Until next time.